Hey, I'm Joe West. I'm a hit songwriter, producer, and mix engineer based out of Nashville, Tennessee. Work with artists like Shakira, Tim McGraw, Keith Urban, Warren Zevon, Emmylou Harris. And today we're here to look at the Tonebone PZ Pre by Radial. Great box that I love. Let's do it. Best this guitar's ever sounded. I've gone through a ton of pedals trying to get it to sort of open up and do its thing, and this has been the best by far. So I'm excited to have it now in my arsenal. I'll show you my workflow with it. So you've got two inputs. This is my Gibson here. There's a little detent button or a little sunk button there where you can depress or press and have that be looking for a piezo input impedance or something lower. So you've got functionality with both of those inputs. You can switch whichever one. One piezo, one not, one active, one passive, so you can set up whatever configuration you want. It's also got a really cool feature that I hope to incorporate soon, whereas you would have let's say a microphone and a piezo in your guitar. And there's another button that's in the side of the frame here that when you push it on, you can have inputs 1 and 2 on at the same time. And input 1 would be your piezo, input 2 would be the microphone. And that's really cool because right here you'd be able to mix them, which, you know, I've always hated reaching into the sound hole and getting that mix. This is something you can reach down and quickly adjust and blend your microphone in your direct line. So that's a great idea. We'll go right across these buttons here, or these knobs. This Knotch Filter is associated here with this two-way switch. So if you're having feedback issues, you can go ahead and put it into normal, and it's going to bring down a bandpass filter, a narrow bandpass filter, and you can sweep along here the frequencies, find where your feedback's at, and see if it brings it down enough to have it not be an issue for you. If it's still an issue, you can take the deeper mode, which shows you right here. It's just a deeper bandpass filter, which is going to reduce more gain and take out your feedback issues. The high shelf here, 3-band EQ, high shelf, real beautiful, nice, musical sounding EQ on this. So you've got a real nice high, you just bring it up, boost up those highs. You've got a sweepable mid. Which is great, you know. It's not a real wide band pass filter, so it's a little bit more precise. So if you have a problem, you can boost that, find the frequency you don't like, bring it down a little bit, or add it in if you want to add a little more of it. Really nice functional EQ. And real musician friendly. You know, I've worked on SSL consoles and Neve consoles and everything in the box. Those EQs sometimes can be overwhelming. This is something, as soon as you grab it, you know what you're doing with it. The low EQ is just a nice bump, probably down around 100 hertz, maybe a little bit lower it sounds like, but another shelf that you bring up and brings in all that nice low end. Over here you'll see this first selectable switch. It'll allow you to cut out some of that low end. Let's say if you're playing in a band situation on stage where you've got monitor issues, or maybe you've got an instrument where you don't have a lot of low end and you don't want all that rolling around, so you can just cut that out. You can hear. Let me take this loop out. That's no low cut. Here's 80 hertz. Here's 200 hertz. You can hear it. I mean, it's very active. I could see this being incredibly useful on stage. The next switch you have over here after the low end is a boost switch, or a boost knob here. You can set a little bit of gain, and then whenever you click on this, you can have a boost up so that if you want to poke out and do a solo or have a moment where you're a little bit louder than your normal volume if you're going to be taking a solo or something like that. This is also a great flexible feature they have. If you look here, the foot switch has its own selection here. You can have it be just boost. You can have it be just loop, so it's going to go out through your effects loop, or you can have it be both. So when you click on it, it's going to go through the boost circuit, and it's also going to go through the effects loop as well. This last one here just gives you phase, so normal and reverse. If you got feedback issues, mess with that. If your guitar sounds weird on stage, all the low ends out, just flick that back and forth, find out where it sounds the best, where the most low end is happening. Of course, you have a mute feature here. So you can go ahead and mute and pull out, tune, do whatever you want. It's got a tuner output here that's always active, so no matter what you're doing, you can tune up. What's so cool about this box here as well, this particular phase circuit works on this output, the 1/4 inch output that goes to your stage amp. You've got all this functionality on the back panel. So you've got your effects sends here, then you've got an XLR here that will send a signal to your front of house, so that if you're a front of house guy, depending if you're in a rock band, you want a drastically different thing on stage than you want coming through front of house. This will send him an unadulterated signal that's like genius. You know, it's a radial signal that it's, you know, the reason why we buy Radial direct boxes are because we know they sound great and they're built like tanks. So that will send a signal you can sign off on and say that's a perfect signal I'm sending out to him. He can do whatever he wants, and you can do whatever you want and send it out to your amp setup. It's also got a post direct output, DI output. And you have your own separate phase reverses here and ground lifts. Anything you could possibly want is built into this box. Fantastic box. Incredibly proficient, but you don't have to be a genius to work it. You just need to figure out how you're going to fit it into your workflow. It's kind of like what I've been waiting for forever, but the guys over at Radial, a company who I love, they make it easy because you know you can sign off on it sonically because Radial made it. Great components, great sounds, and durable. And then on top of that, it has all the functionality that I've been praying for and looking for, but just haven't been able to find out there on the market. So thank you very much, Radial. It's Joe West signing off from the West Barn. Thank you so much for visiting with me, and we'll see you down the road.
Girl, we're right where we belong. A little worn out, still going strong. Still buzzing, wearing nothing, kissing, touching, picking up and where we left off. Clothes still scattered across the kitchen floor. Neither one of us finished from the night before.